A little over a week ago, it was June 9th, 2026. A very important day because they announced 10 more swimsuits coming to Marvel Rivals. Oh, also it was the 20th anniversary of Cars. Hello everybody and welcome back to My Thoughts, a series where I give my thoughts on the latest Cars news. Today, I want to break down the Cars 20th anniversary news that came out this week, what we learned on June 9th, as well as what's come out in the days since. Consider this sort of a recap of the last week of Cars anniversary news. Pixar and Disney did quite a few things to celebrate the anniversary of Cars, and I'm going to go through all of them here today. June 9th, the day Cars turned 20, was such a wholesome day and a rewarding day to be a Cars fan, to see everyone come together and celebrate this film. It's the feeling that only celebrating a pop culture juggernaut that has reached generations can bring, and Pixar celebrated on their social medias with a special post. 20 years ago today, a stop in Radiator Springs showed us that the journey matters as much as the finish line. Cars races back into theaters September. #Cars20. We'll talk about that last part in just a minute, but attached to this was a little 30-second advertisement celebrating the Cars movies, and I think it's absolutely perfect. I genuinely have no notes on this. I think this video they made is just the perfect encapsulation of the Cars series. I'm going to play it here for you guys. Hopefully that doesn't result in any copyright issues, but this is just... I thought that this was the perfect way to show why Cars is so great and important in just 30 seconds.
What's so important about this race?
I've been dreaming about it my whole life.
Ka-chow! I didn't come all this way to see you quit.
It's the reason I became a racing driver. Ka-chow.
I knowed I made a good choice.
In what?
My best friend.
Wasn't that just the best? I think the clips they chose to include there were all so great, reminding us of the main message of the film and McQueen's character arc by picking out just a few key lines specifically from his conversation with Mater, showing not only footage from Cars, but also one clip from Cars 2, Cars 3, and even Cars on the Road, and easily my favorite part was showcasing the impact Cars has had, showing Cars Land as well as real racers and what Cars means to them. For just a 30-second video, I think that this so beautifully captures the magic that this series has. I think it was genuinely perfect. If I had to complain about anything, I'd say it would be nice to have like a clip from one of the Cars tunes there. And of course, the fact that at the end they're just like, oh, you could watch all this on Disney Plus. You know, of course, in the end, it's a Disney Plus ad, right? What has Disney made in the last few years that's not just a Disney Plus ad, right? But other than that, I think everything here is perfect. I love 20 years ago lightning struck. It just gave me this feeling of like, yeah, this is what it's all about. This is why I love this series, and this is why I do what I do as a member of this fan base. This is why I'm here. This is why I run a Cars YouTube channel, you know? This is why I love this. I could gush about those 30 seconds for 30 years, quite frankly. I really love everything they did there. Did you know that? Have I said that enough yet? But I am going to have to move on to the other part of the post where they mention that Cars is returning to theaters this September. This is something that has been kind of rumored for a while because Sheriff's actor Michael Wallace said that there was going to be a Cars theatrical re-release. Michael Wallace is like the Tom Holland of Cars news. The guy just constantly lets stuff slip. I don't know if he knows that he's not supposed to be saying these things, but he gave us our first information about Cars 3. He gave us our first information about the Cars anniversary, saying there'd be a theatrical re-release and live events of some kind. But yeah, now we have confirmation that Cars will be returning to theaters in September. why wait until September, quite frankly? I really would have liked it to be in June, right? Typically, when you re-release a film for its anniversary, you're gonna be doing it around the time the film came out. It's weird to announce it on the day of the anniversary and to go, okay, it'll be back later, instead of having it out on this day. Honestly, maybe this is just me being super cynical, but I think the only reason why that is just because the summer is a very big time for movies, and Disney has had several major releases out across their different divisions over the last few weeks. And of course, Pixar has Toy Story 5 releasing literally next week. So I think they probably decided, let's have the Cars re-release out in September when we don't have any major movies coming out. So people go and see Toy Story 5 this month, and Cars comes out later on, which, alright, fine, whatever. I would prefer Cars be out now, because this is the month of its anniversary, but, you know, I get it. A theatrical re-release is never going to be as important as a traditional new film release, and it's also never going to make as much money as a new film release. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's fine. They're going to do what they're going to do. I will say I'm very excited to see what they do in terms of posters, because recently these Disney theatrical re-releases have had brand new posters, whether it be the Star Wars re-releases they've been doing recently, or just last November, the Toy Story 30th anniversary re-release. So I am very excited to see what new original artwork they do for this. These recent posters have been absolutely beautiful. I don't know if they're going to do something else, like popcorn buckets or something, but I would love to see any sort of Cars 20th anniversary memorabilia you could pick up at the theater. Speaking of popcorn buckets, though, a few days ago I reported on the 20th anniversary Lightning McQueen popcorn bucket, which was set to release at the Disney parks on June 9th, and I have an update on that story. It did release on June 9th, and it sold out within just a few hours at Hollywood Studios in Florida. Absolutely insane. I said in my video that I knew people were going to go nuts for it, and they certainly did. It was out of stock for several hours, but luckily they brought them back, and I haven't heard any updates on the story since then. If you've been to the Disney parks this week, let me know in the comments if you got the popcorn bucket, if it's still around. I'm not entirely sure. I'll be going a month from this week, and I doubt I'll see any. You know, that might have been the smoothest transition in the history of my channel, going from talking about the Cars re-release, hopefully getting popcorn buckets, to talking about these popcorn buckets. I'm pretty proud of that one. Also in that video, I talked about some new Cars clothing items releasing for the 20th anniversary, and those have also started to hit store shelves at the Disney parks this week, but they could also be purchased online from the Disney Store website, and I would assume they're at physical Disney Store locations, though there are very few of those left. In addition to the clothing that I talked about in that video a few days back, they've also released another new item, a Dynaco oil can mug. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this thing. A few years ago at Cars Land, they released one of my favorite pieces of Cars merchandise ever. A set of plastic drinking cups made to look exactly like the Dynaco oil cans we see throughout the Cars series. These were, I'm pretty sure, a limited time item, and I've been waiting for them to return or for them to make new versions of them for years, because I never got them when they were originally out. And now they've sort of done that. This new mug, which retails for $30 at the Disney parks, features a Dynaco oil can design on the front, as well as a plastic lid with a built-in straw that helps it look just like an oil can from the Cars universe. Minus the mug handle, of course. I think this is really great, and it would have been a perfect item in my opinion if they hadn't made some weird design choices that I'm about to get into. Yes, this looks just like a Dynaco oil can, but for whatever reason, they decided to cover it in Radiator Springs writing. Instead of just making this a Dynaco oil can that looks like a Dynaco oil can you could get anywhere in the Cars universe, they put a Radiator Springs seal on it and also wrote Premium Ornament Valley Blend bottled in Radiator Springs, USA. And I just don't get the point. What is the point of making a Dynaco oil can mug and then covering it in Radiator Springs writing, right? You could make a completely separate mug that's an oil can you could get in Radiator Springs, like one from Film Wars or something. But instead, they said, no, we're going to do Dynaco, but we're going to say it was bottled in Radiator Springs. Like, why? That makes no sense. Why are they producing Dynaco in Radiator Springs? And when you flip the mug around, things get even weirder, because on the other side, there's a poster or an advertisement for the Dynaco 400, showing you that Dynaco is a proud sponsor of it. It says that the race is on Sunday, May 20th at the Motor Speedway of the South. The race for the championship ends here, and there's also a graphic of McQueen, though it is unfortunately a Cars 3 McQueen graphic and not a Cars 1 McQueen graphic. But considering we're saying that we're bottling Dynaco and Radiator Springs on this product, I don't think it really matters what McQueen we're using. It's clear that they wanted to design just a fun Cars-themed mug that includes different elements of the Cars universe, and they put that over accuracy of making it a Dynaco oil can replica. I'm so mixed on this item because I feel like it was so close to being so perfect. Yes, I know they've already done the Dynaco oil can cups before, but to do it in mug form is a really cool idea that allows that once limited time item to be more accessible to people in a different form. I wish that this was just straight up a mug that looked like a Dynaco oil can, and they didn't do all this additional stuff. For what it is, I still like it and still think it's fun. I just think it's covered in super weird ideas, and when I inevitably do Weird Products Dynaco edition, I need to make sure I include this one. Hey guys, tie-in editing here, and I've just now realized that the older Dynaco oil cans also have the little Radiator Springs seal sticker and the same Premium Ornament Valley blend and bottled in Radiator Springs USA labels. So, yeah, they actually reused this same design from the older oil cans to put on this mug. Now, I know I just went on and on about how weird it is to have these logos on the Dynaco mug, but now that I know it's on these older oil cans, it does make a lot more sense, because these were sold exclusively at Carsland. So, of course, it makes sense that you would be buying these drinks that claim they're bottled in Radiator Springs in the location that is a replica of Radiator Springs. It doesn't make the mug less weird, in my opinion, but it does help explain where those logos came from. And the final thing I have to report on today is a pretty strange one. Because the Pixar YouTube released a special video celebrating Cars back on June 9th, a 10-hour Radiator Springs ambiance video. Yeah, this is just like a little chill lo-fi video showing you Radiator Springs in the day and the night, very lightly animated, with just some like calming background sounds. You'll hear the wind rustling, the birds chirping, and the iconic Radiator Springs traffic light. Like I said, it is very lightly animated, so you'll see the traffic light blink. Every couple minutes it switches from day to night, and so you'll see the town light up, and every once in a while a tractor will drive in. On a rare occasion, you'll see Guido pushing a tire through town, and Barney Storman flying through the sky. I love that they included Barney. Pretty cool character to involve here. I only wish they had more of these little characters coming in and things to see, Easter eggs throughout, but I get that's not really the point of the video. It's not supposed to be something you consistently watch. You're supposed to put it on as background noise. I think this is a very cute concept, and the Pixar YouTube has been doing it for other movies for several months now, so having a Cars version is very nice to see, and I especially like that they decided to release it on the day of the anniversary. It's little things like this that I really appreciate. Hey, let's do a special Cars version of these little ambiance videos we do, and yeah, well, little, it's not little, it's 10 hours, but you get what I'm saying. When I first saw this, I was really hoping it would include music, and unfortunately it doesn't. I understand the whole point is for it to be just background noise ambiance, right? Just sort of sounds that are supposed to remind you of a calming small town with a Cars coat of paint over it. But I will say I think it's a really missed opportunity to not make sort of lo-fi jazz versions of songs from the Cars soundtrack. The Cars music is so iconic and also so like jazzy and calming. It'd be really cool to have sort of lo-fi versions of songs like Shaboom and Life is a Highway, or even just regular tracks from the movies, but unfortunately they didn't do that. But what they have been doing is a live streamed version of this video, which has been running live on Pixar's YouTube channel all day, every day since June 12th. I think this is such a fun, cute thing to do to celebrate Cars, just giving them a video in the same style as something they've been doing for other Pixar movies. But, you know, doing it to celebrate the anniversary. It's little things like that that I will always appreciate, that always make celebrating an anniversary feel that much more special. But there you have it, guys. That is all of the Cars anniversary news that's released in the last week. I really enjoyed putting together this video, compiling all of the very different things that we saw done to celebrate Cars, from the announcement of the theatrical re-release, to the release of those popcorn buckets, to that mug and other new Cars anniversary merchandise coming out and hitting store shelves, to, of course, a 10-hour video of the background of Radiator Springs. It really goes to show you how widespread the Cars anniversary celebration has been, and how Disney, Pixar, and their subsidiaries and different companies and such have been doing special things for Cars in a variety of different ways. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Are you going to see Cars' 20th anniversary re-release? Are you going to pick up that mug or popcorn bucket if you see it? Are you one of the 12 people watching this live stream right now? Let me know down in the comments, and thank you for celebrating Cars with me this past week. The anniversary celebrations are just getting started, both here on the channel and in other places, as it looks like we're in for quite a treat throughout the rest of the year. So stay tuned for a whole lot more Cars anniversary stuff coming soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.